What is up, everyone? Welcome back, and if you're new here, thank you for joining me. I am ZayCat, and today we are going to be reviewing the new Fenty concealers and setting powders. I had to come in and do a little quick review with you guys and try it out for myself. So let's go ahead and move right on into the video, what you guys all came here for. This is the Fenty Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Concealer. This is in the shade 230. It does go with the foundation shade that I'm wearing right now. It is a little bit similar in color, there's not a huge color difference, but when you actually open it up, it is pretty light. So I plan on using this as a brightener today. So this is how it compares to the foundation. It's like a little mini foundation bottle. You can find different shades to do underneath your eyes or find a shade to contour with. Like, there's just so many things you could do. You can even find one that matches your skin tone and just go for like a whole face with just this concealer. Like, there's so many things you can do and so many options because of the shade range. Or let's read about it real quick. Let's see what it claims. It says, instant photo soft coverage for all, long wear, light as air, and crease proof. So I've already tried out the foundation and the concealers and setting powders, but I actually think that's a good thing because I can give you guys my full thoughts on the products rather than my first impression. Because you just don't know, your opinions change throughout time. So before I go ahead and apply the concealer, I wanted to whip out this setting powder because in between we won't have that much time to talk, okay? So let's get it out the way now. This is what the packaging looks like. I will give you all a close-up. This is in the shade Banana. And this is the one that was recommended to me based off of my skin tone. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. Of course, it's gorgeous. I don't know if you've seen them already, but first thing I noticed about the powder is that it's huge. The packaging is huge, and then there's so much product on the inside. You can see it says FB in there, Fenty Beauty. And it does come with the little plastic that you gotta rip off. But if you look inside the packaging, there is a little plastic sifter in there, which is really, really great. That is what it looks like. Now, let's just go ahead and start applying this, and we will talk as we go. So Rihanna did drop a concealer brush as well as little mini sponges. I wanted to try the brush because I just feel like there's a lot of hype around the brushes, and I wanted to see what it was all about. So, I had to get it. So we have our concealer and our concealer brush, and let's just go ahead and start applying. So I'm going to start out underneath the eyes and just apply right here. I don't like to drag mine out too far because I find that it blends out that way anyway. Like, there's no need to put so much product, but it's all about how you want your makeup. So I'm going to start out with one eye so that you can see the difference, but also because in my opinion it does dry down pretty quickly, so I like to work a little bit at a time so that I'm not stuck having to blend the hell out of it. And the concealer itself is like so creamy and it just glides on. Like, I love that. So as you can see, I am blending it out with the Precision concealer brush, and I actually really do like this brush. If you read the packaging on the concealer brush, it does say fingertip precision, and literally it feels like I'm blending in my concealer with my fingertips. I mean, when you get more out towards this area, you might want to go in with like a sponge or whatever and just blend it a little bit more. But right underneath the eyes, I feel like it's the perfect shape and size. Like, it's not too big, not too small. So I'm just gonna bring that underneath my brow bone just to blend it a little bit. Because as you can see, it is very brightening, but I love it. It is pretty light, but it complements the foundation very well. The concealer literally comes in 50 shades. You can find a shade that you like. So I wanted to go with the one that matched with the foundation just so I can see how it complements it. I don't think it's too light for my taste, but you may have a different opinion. But for me, I think it works. So as you can see, like, it blended out very well, and it does dry down almost to like a light powdery finish. It doesn't dry down completely. I definitely could get away with not setting it, being that I have more combination like dry skin, But you know, if you're super oily, you want to go in and set that. But I could definitely get away with not setting this. That is the concealer under the eye right there. Let's go ahead and apply on the other side. Like, let's get moving because I'm talking too much. I just love how much it applies and just like how it feels. Like, it feels really good. Like, I love the applicator. And it isn't like full coverage. I would say it's more of like a medium coverage, but that's perfectly fine with me because I feel like it gives you a more natural look. And I'm sure you could totally build it up if you wanted like a heavier coverage. Do you see that? Like, it looks so good. I don't know if you guys watched the video, I'm sure you all have, but Rihanna did like a little tutorial for the concealer and she mentioned that it looks like a filter. And whenever I wear this, I literally feel like I have a filter over my face. Like, it just gives you such a gorgeous, like, filtered look. It just brightens up everything under there. It smoothens it out. Wait till we put the powder on, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it just looks so good. So good. So let's just go in with the concealer, the same shade, and let's try and use it to brighten up the rest of our face and see how that goes. So let's just blend that out. So I forgot, like, I usually like to brighten up these areas because I have no idea why I get dark down here. No idea why. Someone tell me. So I just went and finished blending that out. Well, you know, it looks like it blended out. Like, do you see how well this concealer complements the foundation? It looks really good. This is why I went with a darker shade in the foundation, because the concealer will just brighten everything up. I actually want to go underneath the eyes one more time right here in the inner corners so that we can really get a more full coverage. So let's see. Let's see if that does it. And then we will go in and set with the banana powder. Look at how bright that is. Oh my gosh. You know, I probably could have gone one shade underneath just to get more of like a natural, like not so brightening effect, but I actually have really been feeling the brightening effect lately. Like, make me look alive, because I be looking dead sometimes. What do you guys think? Like, let me know down below. Let me know if you think this matches my skin tone, or if it's too bright, but I think I really like how it's looking. But actually, let's go ahead and grab the powder out, because I feel like the powder kind of just lets everything settle in and blend well together. So let's go ahead and bring out that banana powder. Okay, like I said, I've tried these things already, so I freaking love this powder. Like, I'm kind of dry, like I don't even need powder, but like I love this powder. I also picked up the Powder Puff setting brush by Fenty to go with the powder. I had to because it was made for the product and I just felt like it would work well with the product. So this is what it looks like. It's super fluffy and cute. It's huge, just like the powder. It's heavy and I love that. It matches everything else, which is great. Like, I love the consistency in the line. I feel like everything just looks so gorgeous sitting next to each other. Like, it is just so soft, and you can see it's quite big. The brush though was expensive, but I mean, like I said, if you want it to be cohesive with the rest of your makeup, if you have a Fenty collection, you might as well go for the brush. I mean, I don't think it's necessary, not at all, but it is very soft and it feels so good, and it's heavy. So if you have a collection, it's just gonna look gorgeous with the rest of your stuff. So let's go ahead and open up this powder. I'm excited. So this banana powder does have like a nice golden tan tint to it. I went with butter at first and that one was so pale. I don't think that was for me, but this one has like a nice golden tint. I'm just gonna dip into it, like I can't resist. I'm just dipping in. I'm just gonna take off all that excess. Before we go in and powder, let's just make sure that our concealer is not creasing. So let's go ahead and re-blend that out with our concealer brush right under the eyes, because if it's creased and then you go in and set it, it's not gonna move, okay? And go ahead and swipe underneath our eyes or pat it in. This brush is so big. I feel like it's more of like an all-around face brush, which, you know, it probably is, but like I'm just gonna take that powder all around the face. But yeah, I think it's definitely more for like a full face brush. If you want to set underneath your eyes, you probably want to use like a nice sponge. That would probably be better. But this brush is going to give you a lighter coverage than a sponge, of course. So if you're kind of more dry like me, then you might appreciate the brush because it won't give you a lot of coverage. It'll just dust it on real lightly. I don't know if you could tell, but this banana powder, I can see the tint. To me, like the tint in it helps balance out the brightness of the concealer and just kind of gives it more of a natural glow. That is what the concealer and the powder looks like alone. I definitely think if you really want to set your under eyes, then you should go in with like a sponge. You know, I probably could have picked up one of the Fenty sponges, so I'm not sure how they work, but I'm pretty sure any sponge will do. And you can definitely just set it a little bit more, maybe even bake, you know, if you wanted to. But I think that the powder brush works well for just a light dusting over the face, like the overall face. And it's huge, so it kind of makes sense. So let me just finish off my makeup real quick, and I will be back to talk to you and give you my thoughts on this concealer and the setting powder. So let's talk about this concealer. I really love the formula. It's so creamy, and I just feel like the texture of it is just so amazing and smooth. I love the way that it blends out and that it's also mattifying, which is great. It does give you like a really filtered look, which I love. Like I feel so awake and I feel like, you know, pretty and stuff, so that's great. I feel like it complemented the foundation tone really well, and then once you throw that banana powder on top, it kind of even cancels out the whiteness even more. It does seem pretty crease proof and it seems to last very well throughout the day, so I think it's reliable. And the concealer does claim to be light as air, and let me tell you, like, I can't feel it. So I think it's so worth it. I think you should definitely try it out if you love concealers. As for the powder, I really love the scent of the powder. Like when you're dusting it on your face, you can tell that there's like a light floral scent. It almost is similar to the primer scent as well, but the powder itself feels really nice on the skin. It feels like velvety smooth. If you have tried them yourself, let me know what you think of them down below. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.